Hello to you watching this video. Welcome once again. And for today's video, we would now be continuing where we left off last meeting. Last video lecture, and that was about pressure. So, about that, so before watching this video, please make sure to have finished the previous video lecture that I have posted. Kasi doon po, nag-introduce na po tayo sa pressure. So, yung pressure po natin, so once again, pressure is basically equal to unit weight times height, or kung ang given man is not unit weight and the density, rho gh lang po yan. So, rho gh. So, ang rho g po kasi basically unit weight lang po yan. Okay, so in here, we would now be determining the gauge pressure at A in the given open type manometer. So, this is what you would be calling a manometer, I should say. And it is open. So, open type kasi nakabukas po siya dito. And pag nakabukas po, it is subject to atmospheric pressure. So, subject po siya sa atmospheric pressure na 101.325 kilopascal. But in this problem, hindi po natin papakialaman to. And that is because we are determining the gauge pressure. So, sa previous video lecture po, na-explain ko po doon na for gauge pressure, hindi po dapat kasama ang atmospheric. So, gauge pressure, hindi po kasama ang atmospheric. Thus, open man yan or hindi po ito kasama. So, hindi po kasama ang atmospheric pressure. Okay, so how can we deal with this kind of problem? So, since rho gh nga po or unit weight times height po ang pag-solve po dito, so paano po natin masolve yung pressure dito? So, in this part here of the manometer, since may fluid po dito, syempre yung timbang po niya pababa. So, yan po yung timbang niya. And as for this one here, so parehas, no? So, from this point to this point, pababa. So, that is for these fluids here. So, yan, pababa po yan dito. However, for this one here, so, dito naman po sa kabila dito, up until here, pababa naman po siya papunta dito. Well, actually, pababa pa rin naman lahat yan. And as for this one here, itong fluid po na papunta dito, ito, up until this point, syempre, pababa pa rin ho yan. So, pababa ho yan. Then, dito po, na naman po sa part na to, pababa. And the like. So, ito, pababa na naman po to. Actually, lahat pababa yan. So, ano po ba yung pinagkaiba nila? So, take note pala guys that this is mercury already. So, mercury yan and ito water. So, as you can see from the hatch, magkaiba na po sila. Okay, so how can we solve for this? So, meron po dyan, just like this red part here, positive po yan na pressure kasi iniipit po niya to. And as for this green ones here, negative pressure na po yan kasi hinihila niya yan. So, paano po ba yan? So, para ma-explain po natin na maayos, let us treat this manometer as a straight line. So, dito ko muna isulat sa gilid. So, if this is now a straight manometer, so kunwari ito po yung value natin or yung gauge natin A. And gawin natin straight yung tubo. So, for example, yung tubo niya is this, or this is now the manometer. So, kunwari yan na po yung tubo. Then, let's say that this is now the 2 meter mark. So, ito kunwari 2 meters. So, kunwari yan na po yung 2 meters. Tapos, kung ano man po yan, hindi ko na alam kung ano po yan kasi wala naman po nakalagay. Tapos, meron na naman po tayong 0.7 plus 1.6. So, ito yan kunwari. So, let's say that this is now 0.7 plus 1.6. So, 0.7 plus 1.6. So, ito po ulitin ko lang. So, ito pong buo yan. So, 0.7 plus 1.6. Tapos, meron pa tayo actually dito. Nakadugtong niya. Na kung ano man po itong nasa baba dito. So, hindi ko po alam kung ano pong length nitong nasa baba na ito. Itong nasa baba dito. So, i-cut ko po dyan. Tapos, itong 1.6 po na mercury. So, siguro nandito na po yan banda. So, this is now the manometer na inunat ko lang. So, ngayon, since naunat na po yung manometer na yan, so as you can see from this one, meron po tayong pressure na red na papunta po sa gauge natin na A. So with that, meron po ulit tayong pressure. Ulitin ko lang. So we would be having a certain pressure going towards this direction. Tapos meron po tayo dito Yung blue part po na yan, meron po tayong papunta pa rin po sa direction ng gauge, which is here. So, ayan, papunta po siya dito. Yan. Then, meron din po tayo dito sa part na to na palayo naman po ng gauge. So, as you can see, ito po pababa pero palayo po ng A. And with that, guys, ito na po siya. So, yan na ngayon yung isa. And since, guys, di ba, ang sabi po natin that for the pressure that is unit weight times height, and since iisang entity po ito, so tubig po yan, tapos parehas pa po sila ng height, it means na itong dalawang ito po magka-cancel out lang yan. So basically wala po yung silbi sa computation natin kasi magka-cancel out lang po yan. So yan. And as for this, 0.7 plus 1.6, tubig pa rin ho yan. And as you can see, it is now going downwards. I mean, it is still going downwards. But as you can project, palayo ngayon po siya sa A. So itong green po na yan, palayo po siya sa A. And thus, ito po yung magiging projection niya. So palayo po siya sa A. So yan. So palayo po siya sa A. And as for this one, so parehas din lang po. Ito po, oh. Itong part na to, may pababa dito. May pababa na naman dito. Oops, sorry, di nyo pala nakita yung drawing ko. So may pababa dito, may pababa dito. It means that they would just simply cancel out. So magka-cancel out lang po yan. So, ayun, itong part na to, papunta dito yan, tapos papunta dito. So magka-cancel out din yan. And as for the last one, which is for Mercury, so meron po tayong 1.6 dito, di ba? So ito po yung 1.6. And for that 1.6, so if you can project here, yung direction ng Mercury, paipit siya kasi itong direction ng Mercury, pababayan, and of course magta-translate siya na iniipit din po niya yung A. So papunta po siya sa direction ng A. And with that, guys, ito, papunta na po siya sa direction ng A. So this is now for Mercury. So basically yan na po. And for us to get the pressure at A, so maglalagay po tayo ng arbitrary dito, no? Na kunwari ito din po yung A. Ano bang kulay maganda? Yellow na lang. So ito kunwari yung A. Ito yung pressure ng A. So this is for A. Then summation of forces. So I mean summation of pressure horizontal is equal to 0. Kunwari to the right positive. So, ayun. So, yung A natin. So, A. Tapos, minus pressure ng water na nandito. Tapos, plus, kasi to the right yan. So, plus pressure ng water pa rin yan na nandito. Tapos, minus. So, saan na yun? Minus pressure ng Mercury. So, this is now equal to 0. So, ito theoretical approach pero di nyo naman kailangan gawin to. Ito, pinakita ko lang tong drawing na to para mas ma-visualize nyo. Ito. So, gawin natin yung mas mabilis ang approach mamaya na medyo ganito din yung approach pero ayun, para rekta lang tayo kasi nga sa board exam dapat mas mabilis po tayo mag-solve. Okay, so substituting known values, so still A. So, A minus what is the pressure of water at this particular portion. Ito pong portion na tong red na to. So basically, that is unit weight times height. So ang height po natin is 2 meters. So, ang height po natin is 2 meters and ang unit weight natin since this is water that is 9.81. Tapos yung height nga po natin that is 2. So ayan. So, plus po tayo. So, what is the pressure here? So, tubig pa rin po yan. So, 9.81 times, so what is this height? So, that height is equal to 0.7 plus 1.6. So, looking at the calculator, nasa yung calculator? So, looking at the calculator, 0.7 plus 1.6. So, that is 2.3. So, ito po, 2.3 po yan. So, yan na po. May dalawa na po tayo. And for the Mercury, so, minus na po to. So, Mercury, ano po yan? 1.6 yung height niya. And yung unit weight niya. So, sa unit weight po ng Mercury, so, tandaan po natin na ang specific gravity niya is 13.6. And for unit weight, that is basically equal to specific gravity times the unit weight of water. So in here, so ang specific gravity po ng mercury is 13.6 times what is the unit weight of water. So the unit weight of water is 9.81. So ito po, unit weight pa lang po to ng mercury. So we would be multiplying this by the height of 1.6. So 1.6 po yung height ng mercury. So 1.6. So stay tuned guys, no? So ito medyo mas mahabang approach pero pinaintindi ko lang po yung concept. So solving for the value of A. So A is now equal to, so looking at the calculator, so transpose na lang po natin lahat sa kabila. Alam nyo naman na po kung paano mag-transpose sa kabila. And with that guys, mababalik-baliktad lang po yung mga signs natin. So 9.81 times 2 minus 9.81 times 2.3 plus 13.6 times 9.81 times 1.6. So our answer here is now equal to 210.5226 kilopascal. So ito na po yung final answer natin. Okay, so that is if you would now be doing this approach. Pero once naintindihan nyo naman na po yung approach dito, hindi naman na po natin kailangan gawin yan. So i-erase po ulit natin. So i-resolve natin to na yung manometer lang yung tinitignan natin. So yan. So yung manometer lang po yung tinitignan natin. Okay, so in here, so ito nga po yung gauge natin. Imagine nyo na lang na itong gauge na to is naiipit po netong water na to. So for the pressure at A, so that is now equal to, so kapag naiipit po siya, isipin nyo positive. So ito, naiipit po siya ng tubig na to. So with that guys, so that is unit weight of water, that is 9.81 times 2. Ayan. And ulitin ko lang, itong part na to ng tubig magka-cancel out yan kasi ito may pababa dito and ito may pababa dito. So magka-cancel out yan. So maghihilaan lang sila. And this one, this part of the water here, so palayo nga po siya. And kapag palayo siya dito, ibig sabihin hinihila niya. Pag hinihila or hinihigop, vacuum po ang tawag doon, kaya negative pressure. So pahigop siya, so negative. And ang unit weight niyan, water pa rin po yan. So this is still 9.81 times what is the height. So that is 0.7 plus 1.6. So 2.3. Tapos itong part na naman na to, magka-cancel out na naman po yan. Kasi same material po ito. And itong mercury naman po na ito, pababa po yan. So as you can see, itong mercury na yan, papunta po siya sa direction ng A. Thus, positive po dapat yan. So positive. Unit weight po ng mercury, that is 13.6 times unit weight of water. So 9.81. So ito po, specific gravity ng mercury, memorize nyo na po yan. Tapos ito sa tubig yan. Tapos i-multiply lang po natin ng 1.6 ng height. So that is already the pressure of A. So as you can see, mas maiksi po yung solution natin. So 9.81 times 2 minus 9.81 times 2.3 plus 13.6 times 9.81 times 1.6. So answer here is 210.522. So 210.5226. So pares po ba siya sa kanina? So yes, pares po siya sa kanina, guys. So they are exactly the same. So yan po dito po sa problem na to. So there. Okay, so next problem po tayo. So number 7, in the differential type manometer shown, calculate the difference in the pressures between A and B. So this is now the differential type manometer and we have gauge at A and gauge at B. So we would now be determining the difference between these pressures. So in this differential type manometer, so we have water here. So yung white po is water and the black hatch here. So itong black po dito is our oil. And white ulit for water. Okay, so for the unit weight of water, so memorize na po dapat natin yan. So this is 9.81 kilonewtons per cubic meter. And for the unit weight of oil, so if you would be asking me what is the unit weight of oil? So to be honest with you guys, hindi ko po memorize yung unit weight of oil. Ang alam ko lang po is yung specific gravity ng oil. So if it is not given in the problem, the specific gravity of oil is equal to 0.8. So given the specific gravity, madali na pong isolve yung unit weight, and that is just by multiplying the specific gravity to the unit weight of water. So yan lang po yung unit weight ng oil. Okay, so how can we solve for this one here? So ipakita ko lang po ulit yung parang approach natin kanina na yung approach natin kanina na inunat natin kumbaga yung manometer. So let's say that this is now gauge A. Tapos ayun, gawin ulit nating straight yung manometer para lang mas ma-visualize natin. Let's say that this is now gauge B. So this is A and this is B. So pag hindi po natin alam yung pressure, i-assume na po natin na paipit po siya. So by paipit, ibig sabihin iniipit niyo yung manometer, and that is positive pressure. So in here, so yung A po natin, ito na po yung pressure niya. Ito na po yung assumed pressure niya. So that is PA. And for B, so i-assume din po natin na paipit siya. So this is now PB. So ito po is positive pressure kasi iniipit po niya. Kasi pag ginawa ko po, pag ito po yung arrowhead, na ginawa ko, this is now vacuum kasi kumbaga hinihigop niya to. So with that guys, ito po yung i-assume natin. So PB. Okay, so let us now assume that water is up until this point. So ito po yung water, kunwari up until this point. And oil is up until this point. For example, ito po yung oil. Okay. So, ito pong part na to. So, let's say that this is now for water. Parang baliktad ata yung kulay ko. Pero sige. Kunwari yan po yung water. So, ito na po yan. As you can see, papunta po siya sa direction ng A. So, papunta po yung tubig natin na yan sa direction ng A. And what about for this one here? So, yung oil naman po tayo. So, for oil, itong part na to up until here. So, ito muna gagawin ko. Ito po is oil. So, papunta po siya sa direction ng what do you call this? Ng A. So, papunta po siya dito. So, yan po yung oil natin. So what about for this part of the oil? So what about for that? So paano pag may given po dyan na dimension? So kahit 1 million pa po yung given dyan na dimension, wala po yung silbi. So hindi po talaga natin i-consider to, and that is because magka-cancel out din lang dito. So kung ito man, pababa po siya dito. Ito po, pababa dito. So magka-cancel out lang po itong dalawa. So basically wala pong silbi to. And ito din pong part na to, kahit gaano pa po kahaba yan, wala din po yung silbi sa computation natin. Kasi horizontal naman po yan. Wala po yung change in elevation. So wala po yung change in elevation kumbaga. And thus, itong part na to na shinadan ko ng blue, medyo wala po yung silbi sa computation natin. So ulitin ko lang. So the reason why wala pong silbi yung mga yan is because that this would cancel out this. And itong part na to is just horizontal, so wala po yung pressure kumbaga. So kumbaga nakahiga lang po siya yan dito. So ayan. So ulitin ko lang, ibig kong sabihin itong part na to wala pong silbi yan ng oil dyan. And for water here up until this point, so itong water up until here, so papunta po siya dito. Teka, erase ko na po. So, papunta po siya sa direction ng B. So, as you can see, palayo po siya sa A and papunta siya sa B. And thus, it is now going here. So, papunta na po dito yung pressure ng water. And as for this part here, horizontal, so wala pong silbi yung nandito. So, yan. Yan na po mismo yung ating diagram. Okay, so proceeding here. So dito po, what is the pressure of water? So for pressure, once again, pressure is equal to unit weight times height. So alam po natin yung unit weight ng water, but what is this height? So given po ba? So basically hindi po. So let us assume that this is now height x. Kunwari ito po. So this is now height x. Bakit x? Kasi di nga natin alam. Wala namang given dito. So with that guys, the pressure here is equal to, so pressure of water that is equal to 9.81 times x. So yan po yung pressure ng water. And as for the pressure of oil here, so once again, unit weight times height lang yan. And for the unit weight of oil, that is 0.8 times 9.81. And ayun, so dito ko na lang po lalagay sa kabila para may space tayo. So pressure of oil, that is equal to 0.8 times 9.81. So this is just the unit weight times the height. So given here, 0.3. Yan. And what about for this water here? So for this water, so paano po ba isolve yan? So pang pressure po ng water dito, so 9.81 din lang, times, teka, palitan natin ng green para may color coding nga tayo. So green for water. So PW is equal to 9.81 times what is the height? So may 0.3 tayo dito, then may 1.2 po tayo dito. But ayun, hindi naman po natin ma-solve using 0.3 and 1.2. But take note guys, that a while ago, I have assumed that this is x. So I have assumed that that is x. So for us to get this value of height here, that is basically equal to, so yung height po dito, so x, so lalagay ko na lang po dito, x plus 1, plus 0.3, sorry. So x plus 0.3 minus 1.2. So tingnan nyo mabuti. So x plus 0.3, yan yung buo. So yan yung buong ito. So yan po yung x plus 0.3. Tapos tapyasan po natin ng 1.2. So alisin po natin ito. Para maging height na lang yan. So yan na po yung mga magnitudes natin. So writing it here. So summation of pressures horizontal is equal to 0 to the right positive. So una, PA. So PA. Yan po yan, positive to the right. And for this, negative naman po. So minus ano po ito? So this is 9.81x. So 9.81 times x. And what about for this? So for oil, na-solve ko po, nalagay po natin kanina dito, 0.8 times 9.81. So, minus din po kasi papunta din po sa left. So, 0.8 times 9.81 times 0.3. And what about for this one here, itong raw water po, pressure ng water. So, plus na po siya kasi to the right. So, plus PW or plus 9.81 times x plus 0.3 minus 1.2. Then minus b. So minus PB. So this is now equal to 0. So wala na palang space. So yan na po. That is now equal to 0. Okay, so simplify po natin to. So PA minus 9.81x minus, so ano po ito? So simplifying this, so 0.8 times 9.81 times 0.3. So our answer here is 2.3544. So 2.3544 plus, so ano po ito? So i-distribute na po natin to. So this is now 9.81x plus, so i-combine ko lang po to. So what is 0.3 minus 1.2? So that is negative 0.9. So 0.3 minus 1.2. Negative 0.9. So lagay ko na lang po dito, negative 0.9. Alam nyo naman na po siguro saan nanggaling yan. So negative 0.9. Teka, erase ko lang to. Okay. So with that, this is now negative. So negative 0.9 times 9.81. So dinistribute ko lang po itong 9.81 na to dito sa dalawa. So this is now negative 8.829. Yan. Minus PB. So this is now equal to 0. So, mas nakikita nyo dito. So, as you can see here, so, negative 9.81x, tapos may positive 9.81x dyan. So, magka-cancel out yan, itong dalawa. So, ito na po yung maging formula natin or solution natin. So, PA minus 2.3544 minus 8.829 minus pressure B is equal to 0. So, ang tanong kasi sa problem, what is the difference of pressures between A and B? So, difference of pressure, that is basically PA minus PB. So, ito po yung difference in pressure. So, pagsamahin mo lang po yung dalawa. So, ayun, minus 2.3544 minus 8.829. So, this is now equal to 0. And transposing, so getting the answer here. So, PA minus PB, or the difference between the two, is now equal to, so, ito transpose ko na po sa kabila, so maging positive na po sila. So, 2.3544 plus 8.829. So, that is now equal to 11.18. So, 11.18 kilo Pascal. So, ito po yung answer natin for this particular problem. So, there. Okay, so next problem po tayo. So, if the viscosity of water at 70 degrees Celsius is 0.00402 poise and its specific gravity is 0.9878, determine its absolute viscosity in Pascal seconds and its kinematic viscosity in meters squared per second and in Stokes. Okay, so we have two types of viscosity. So, we have the absolute viscosity and the kinematic viscosity. So, by the way guys, when we say absolute viscosity, in some cases, it is also referred to as the dynamic viscosity. So, when we say absolute or the dynamic viscosity, ito po yung lapot niya or its resistance to internal movement. So, ayan po. So, yan po yung absolute viscosity. And when we say kinematic viscosity, this is the ratio. So, the ratio lalagay ko na in terms of formula, in terms of absolute viscosity. By the density. So, yan po yung pinagkaiba ng absolute viscosity natin and ng kinematic viscosity. Teka, kunin ko lang po yung formula natin at nang ilagay ko dito. So, for a moment. Okay, so ito na po. Oh, by the way guys, dito po pala sa absolute viscosity, so resistance to internal movement or flow po pala yan, or flow. Or in layman's term, yung pagkalapot po niya. So, the higher the viscosity, mas malapot po siya. And take note that a perfect fluid has no viscosity. So, wala po dapat lapot ang perfect na fluid. Has no viscosity. So, ayan po. Di ko lang ba't ko pa sinulat kung buburahin ko din lang para magkasya po yung ating formula. So, ito po yung mga formula natin for viscosity. So, ito po yung sinabi ko kanina, a perfect fluid would have no viscosity. So, for absolute viscosity, that is given by the Greek letter mu, that is shear divided by the change in velocity over the change in time, or du over dy. And for kinematic viscosity, that is basically the absolute viscosity divided by the density. So, yun lang po, ganun lang po siya kasimple. But in here guys, in the problem, wala naman pong binigay na shear stress. Wala naman pong binigay na distance between the plate or velocity. Wala naman pong binigay na ganun. In our problem, it is already given the viscosity. So sabi po niya dito, if the viscosity of water is 0.00402 poise, basically guys, ito na po mismo yung absolute viscosity natin. So that is in terms of poise. So with that, guys, so mu is equal to 0.00402 poise. So ayan. Okay, so we are now to get the viscosity in terms of Pascal second. So our conversion for poise to Pascal second, kasi ang base talaga unit, base unit po talaga ng mu natin is in terms of Pascal seconds. And the conversion for 1 poise, meron po tayong 0.1 Pascal second. So yan po yung conversion natin, and paki-memorize po yan. So ayan. And when we say centipoise, by the way, so centipoise. So kapag sinabi po natin centipoise, so parang ano din lang po yan. So yung pinagkaiba po ng meters pati centimeter, that for every 1 poise, meron po tayong 100 centipoise. So yan po, parang parang sa meters. So for 1 meter, we have 100 centimeters. So yan po yung conversion factor natin. And since yun po yung hinahanap dito, we would just be converting this. So times po natin to. So once again, for every 1 poise, so poise would now cancel out, we have 0.1 Pascal seconds. So in here, so 0.00402 times 0.1, this is now equal to 0.00402 Pascal seconds. So ito na po yung answer natin for absolute viscosity. So ayan. And for kinematic viscosity. So yung kinematic viscosity natin, its symbol is nu. So Nu po. Itong parang V po na yan. So ayan. So for nu, parang V na lang po yan. So V na lang natin lagay. For kinematic viscosity, this is now equal to the absolute viscosity divided by rho. So ito po dapat po naka-Pascal seconds din po ito. So this is now equal to 0.000402 Pascal seconds divided by rho. So given po ba sa problem yung rho? Hindi po. So hindi po siya fresh water, no? Kasi yung unit weight po niya is 0.978. So the specific gravity, I should say. So specific gravity niya is 0.978. So given the specific gravity, in order for us to get the density, just multiply the specific gravity times the density of water. So kanina po puro unit weight po yung ginagamit natin for pressure, but this time density. So ano po ba yung density ng tubig? And that is 1,000 kilograms per cubic meter. So there. And itong Pascal, tawag dito, ito pong Pascal na ito, this is, so unit conversion po tayo. So for Pascal, this is basically equal to newtons per square meter. So newtons per square meter po ang Pascal. And ang newtons po, so pwede po natin itong mapalitan ng kilogram meter per second squared. So ito po newton, so divided by meter squared. So yan po yung sa Pascal. So kapag ipapalit po natin siya dito, yung unit ng buong Pascal po na yan. So ilagay po natin dito. So kilogram times meter per second squared divided by meter squared times seconds. So ang magiging labas po niyan ay ba't 2 times seconds. So magiging labas po niyan, magka-cancel out po ito, itong seconds, magka-cancel out po itong kilograms. Then yung meter cube, so ito may meter po dito. Tapos meron na naman pong meter squared dito. So magiging meter na lang po yan. Then ang magiging labas po niyan na unit is in terms of meter squared per second. Kasi ito po, tataas po yan. So yun. simple math po. So simple math, maging ganito po yung unit niyan. And for meter squared per second, so solving for this one here, ano po yan? So 0.000402 divided by 0.978 divided by 1,000. So our answer here is 4.1104 times 10 raised to negative 7 meters squared per second. So that is our first answer. So yun po yung unang answer natin. So meters squared per second. And in Stokes, so what is the conversion factor from meters squared per second to Stokes? So kada isang meter squared per second po, so conversion factor. So for every 1 square meter per second, we have 10,000 Stokes. So solving for this, so 4.1104 times 10 raised to negative 4 meters squared per second. So times our conversion factor of, so dapat meters squared per second din sa baba. So for every 1 meter squared per second, we have 10,000 Stokes. So with that, our answer here is now equal to, so multiply ko na lang po ito by 10,000. So times 10, 1, 2, 3. So ang answer po natin dito is 4.1104 times 10 raised to negative 3 meters squared per second. So 7 po pala yan. So this is now our final answer for viscosity problem. Okay, so next problem po tayo. So given a temperature of 4 degrees Celsius and a pressure of 184 kilopascal gauge, so gauge pressure po ito. If the atmospheric pressure is 101.92 kilopascals, determine the mass density of the element. So given na gas constant R is equal to 2079 joules per kilogram degree Kelvin. Okay, so in these types of problem, ito po yung isa sa mga pinakamadaling problem. So we would now be making use of the ideal gas law. So for ideal gas law, that is basically rho is equal to PERT or P over RT. But to be honest with you guys, nung ako po ay nag-aaral pa nung nag-boards ako, mas na-memorize yung ganito. So P or absolute pressure is equal to rho RT. Ewan ko, parang mas madali kasi tandaan yung ganito. Pero yung iba naman kasi, rho is equal to PERT daw. So pwede din yun. So whichever works with you. And ayun. So for rho, that is the density. So P, that is the pressure. But take note that P must be absolute pressure. So rho is equal to P abs over RT. So yan po. And R is the gas constant and T is the temperature but it must be in terms of Kelvin. So ayan. Once again, for P or for the pressure here, it must be absolute. So when we say absolute pressure, that should be the total pressure and that must consist of the gauge pressure and the atmospheric pressure. So yan po dapat yung absolute pressure natin. Okay, so i-delete ko na po itong ideal gas law natin. Okay, so ba't ko dinelete? Para lang may space tayo pero isusulat ko pa rin po dito. So rho is equal to PERT or P over RT. So solving for all of the unknowns, so rho po yung hinahanap natin dito. So P is equal to, so P absolute po dapat yan. So for the absolute pressure, ulitin ko lang, that must consist of the gauge pressure and it is already given in the problem, yung gauge pressure, which is 184 kilopascal, plus the atmospheric pressure. So it is also given in the problem that the atmospheric pressure is 101.92 kilopascal. Okay, so what if, for example, hindi given yung atmospheric pressure? So if atmospheric pressure is not given, it does not mean that you won't include it. So ibig sabihin po dito is that kapag hindi po given yung atmospheric pressure, dapat po ang pressure na gagamitin nyo by default is 101.325. Ito po yung default kapag hindi po given. So hindi po ibig sabihin na kapag wala, hindi nyo na isasama. So kapag wala pong given, 101.325 kilopascal po yung gagamitin nyo. And with that, the absolute pressure here is now equal to So 184 plus 101.92. So our absolute pressure is 285.92 kilopascals. Okay, so proceeding, so that is for absolute pressure. And for R, so yung R naman po, that is already given, and that is 2079 joule per kilogram degrees Kelvin. So take note that ito po kasi given to. And if it is not given, meron din po tayong default para sa hangin. But take note guys that this is not air. So may element po siya na hindi natin alam, basta ito po yung gas constant niya. Pero if hangin po yung kino-consider natin, the default value of the gas constant is equal to 287 joules per kilogram Kelvin. So ayan. Okay, so that is now the value for our R pala, sorry. Then for the value 40, so it is also given in the problem that temperature is 4 degrees Celsius. But take note guys, that the temperature must be absolute. So for absolute temperature, dapat po naka-Kelvin siya. So for T, dapat po 4 po yan, 4 degrees Celsius. Mag-add ka pa po ng 273 para po ma-convert siya into Kelvin. So T is now equal to 277 degrees Celsius. So ito po yung T natin. So we already have all of the unknowns. So ayan. Okay, so substituting known values, so this is now rho. This is equal to P. So ito po pala yung catch, no? So from the units, kung makikita mo dito, ito po naka-joules, ito po naka-kilograms, ito po naka-Kelvin, and ito po naka-kilopascal. So dapat po talaga, ito po is in terms of Pascal, no? So balik po tayo sa formula natin. So ito po, itong P po na to, dapat po naka-Pascal yan. Tapos yung gas constant, joule per kilogram Kelvin. Tapos yun, Kelvin dapat yung temperature. So ulitin ko, dapat po yung pressure po dito dapat naka-Pascal. Okay, so with that guys, so we just convert this into Pascal. So 285.92 kilopascal. So times 10 raised to 3 lang yan. So 10 raised to 3 Pascal per kilopascal. So conversion factor lang naman to. Alam nyo naman paano mag-convert. Divided by R of 2079 joules per kilogram degree Kelvin times the temperature of 277 Kelvin. So Kelvin, nandyan na po yan. And ayun. Okay, so proceeding. So our answer here is now equal to, so 285.92 times 1000 divided by 2079 times 277. So our answer here is now equal to, so density is equal to 0.4965 kilogram per cubic meter. So this is now our final answer for this particular problem. Okay, so next problem na naman po tayo. So given a specific weight of a particular gas as 13.7 newtons per cubic meter, determine the gas constant of this gas at 32 degrees Celsius and 205 kilopascal gauge. So once again, ang formula po natin is dyan is rho is equal to P absolute divided by RT. So ang unknown po dyan is R. So with that guys, R is now equal to the absolute pressure divided by rho T. So ayan. So what is the absolute pressure? Isa-isahin po natin. So the absolute pressure is equal to, so meron po tayong gauge pressure. So 205 kilopascal. So meron po ba tayong atmospheric pressure? So wala pong given. So with that, yung default po yung gagamitin natin. So 101.325 kilopascal. So this is now equal to, so 205 plus 101.325. So our answer here is now equal to 306.325 kilopascal. So this is now the absolute pressure. So meron na yan. And what about for rho? So wala pong given dito na rho, pero may given po na specific weight. So as you can remember, that unit weight is equal to rho g. Pero wala nga tayong rho kasi meron naman tayong unit weight. So from this, rho is now equal to unit weight divided by gravity. And unit weight is equal to 13.7 newtons per cubic meter divided by, so 9.81, sorry, 9.81 meters per second squared. So with that, guys, this is now equal to, so 13.7 divided by 9.81. So our density now is equal to 1.397 kilograms per cubic meter. So yan na po yung rho. So what about for T? So for T, temperature natin is equal to 32 degrees Celsius. Dagdagan lang po natin yan ng 273 para po maging Kelvin. So 32 plus 273, our answer here is 305. So 305 Kelvin. Okay, so with that, guys, we already have all of the units. So meron na po tayo niyan, meron na po tayo nito, meron na din po tayo nito. So with that, R is now equal to the absolute pressure of 306.325. But take note, kilopascal to, gawin nyo pong pascal. So times 10 raised to 3. Divided by rho, what is the value of rho? That is 1.397. And what is the value of T? That is 305. So the gas constant R is now equal to, looking at the calculator to your left, so 306.325 times 1,000 divided by 1.397 times 305. So our answer here is equal to 718.93. Ano nang unit nito? Joule per kilogram Kelvin. So ito po yung answer natin for number 10. So there. Okay, so let's have another problem. So how much reduction in volume of water in percent given an increase in pressure of 13.2 megapascal if the bulk modulus of elasticity of water is 2.2 gigapascal? So, ano po ba ito? So, for bulk modulus of elasticity, so yan po yung EB natin. So, EB. So, ito po is given by the formula of the change in pressure divided by the change in volume divided by the original volume. So, yan. So, change in pressure divided by the change in volume over volume. So, yan po yan. So, ayan. Edi direct sub. So for EB, so yan na po, binigay naman po dito sa problem, that is, so for the bulk modulus of elasticity, that is 2.2 gigapascal. So for delta P, so it is said here that for our water, it has experienced an increase in pressure of 13.2 megapascal. So yung delta P po natin, tumaas daw po siya ng 13.2 megapascal. So for example, no, meron kayong initial pressure. So P1 is equal to, let's say 10. P2 is equal to, let's say 18. So the change in pressure is equal to P2 minus P1. So ayan, so that is equal to 8. So yan na po yung change in pressure. And okay, so anyway, teka, may tumatawag po sa atin si Idol, no? So sorry Idol, mamaya na po namin kayo sasagutin. Anyway, sorry Idol. Magbibideo muna ako. Baka pagalitan mo ako pag di ako nag-video eh. Anyway, teka, mute ko muna. Nadidistract ako eh, baka namimiss na ako neto eh. Okay, so proceeding. So that is delta P already. Okay, ang tinatanong kasi dito, what is the reduction in volume in percent? Okay, so itong delta V over V, so delta V over V. So ito po yung original volume, ito po yung change. Okay, so for example, nabawasan, let's say, from kunwari 100 yung original volume. So if 100 yung original volume, tapos nabawasan siya, let's say, ng 50. So this is now 50%. So from the original volume of 100, kunwari na ibawas ng 22. So this is now 22%. Or 0.22 and 0.5. So in other words, guys, yung nandito po, yung sinasolve natin is the ratio delta V over V. So ito po yung hinahanap nating sagot. So from this one, so delta V over V, so ito po yung hinahanap nating sagot. So this is now equal to delta P over EB. So yan. So substituting known value, sorry. So this is now equal to 13.2 megapascal divided by EB of 2.2 gigapascal. But take note guys that we have here an inconsistency of units. So i-convert na lang po natin tong gigapascal into megapascal. So times. So ang conversion factor po natin for 1 gigapascal, there are 1,000 megapascals. So yan po yung conversion factor natin. And now solving for this, so 13.2 divided by 2.2 divided by 1,000. So our answer here is now equal to 0.006. So ito po yung answer natin. However, ang tanong po dito, in percent daw po. So how much percent is this? So what we would be doing is that, so for delta V over V, so this is equal to 0.006. So in order for us to convert this in terms of percent, just multiply this by 100%. So our answer here is now equal to 0.6%. So ayan. So ibig sabihin po guys, ito po, itong tawag dito, itong nangyari dito is nung naglagay po tayo ng pressure na 13.2 megapascal, lumiit po yung fluid natin ng 0.6%. So that is the interpretation of that particular data. So there.